And we've got to talk about WrestleMania. WrestleMania is what, 2 weeks away from the most stupendous two-night spectacle in sports entertainment today. And the IWC out there is really, really complaining and, well, giving their thoughts on the matter that we have a bunch of celebrities getting matches on WrestleMania, on the biggest show of them all. These three celebrities have matches that other superstars that have worked their ass off don't yet have. Of course, I'm talking about the fact that Pat McAfee is going to face off against Austin Theory at WrestleMania. We have Logan Paul tagging with The Miz against the Mysterios at WrestleMania. We have Johnny Knoxville facing off against Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. And as entertaining as these feuds have been, I don't think we have Ricochet on the card. He is the Intercontinental Champion yet. I don't think we have him on the card yet. We don't have Seth Rollins on the card yet, but we're going to talk about that in a few more minutes. Kevin Owens doesn't have a match at WrestleMania. He has a KO show with Stone Cold Steve Austin, which I hope doesn't turn into a match because I've said this in the past. Kevin Owens' final match against The Rock, his final moment at WrestleMania 19, perfect bookend to his career. I don't think we need to bring that back. But other than that, Pat McAfee, Logan Paul, Johnny Knoxville, they all have a match at WrestleMania, and it's safe to say that what Bad Bunny did at last year's WrestleMania is not gonna be blanking on the word right now. It's you're not gonna, damn it, can't think of the word, but you're not going to make a better performance, a better first impression, a better first match than Bad Bunny did at WrestleMania. So what the hell are we doing here? I mean, Pat McAfee, yeah, he had his NXT match against Adam Cole. He killed it. I wish they would have continued that rivalry, but now he's a SmackDown commentator. So most of the wrestling audience out there, most of the mainstream audience out there that's going to watch and instead of buy WrestleMania, has no idea what Pat McAfee can do in the middle of that ring. They all just think that he is a former NFL player, now SmackDown turned color commentator, who's entertaining as hell. I mean, I sometimes I tune into SmackDown just to hear him talk. He's that damn entertaining. But it's a fact that most wrestling fans don't know what Pat McAfee is capable of. And Austin Theory, yeah, he's the protege of Mr. McMahon, but he's not really... He doesn't really have that much heel heat on him, so what are we supposed to do with this match? What are we supposed to do? Then we got Logan Paul, the most hated celebrity of these three in this match. He's tagging with The Miz against Dominic and Rey Mysterio. Now, Logan Paul, I believe he comes from or at least this is his statement, he comes from a fighting family. Other than that, I see no gain for any of these superstars in here. I mean, I think Logan Paul has go-away heat. He doesn't have heel heat. As much as I love The Miz, as much as he's trying to make this work, it's cringe to watch Logan Paul on WWE TV. Now, that's just a personal opinion. You might have a different one. If you do, leave it in the comment section below. And then we've got Johnny Knoxville. Sami Zayn was Intercontinental Champion when this rivalry started, so I was just dreading. As a matter of fact, I was ready to rant my ass off if Johnny Knoxville was going to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. I was ready to tear WWE a new one, because you do not do that to your second most prestigious title. You do not do that to the Workhorse Championship. And I'm freaking glad that they came to their senses and they placed the title on Ricochet. Fantastic. An exciting young up-and-comer that really needs great booking to take him to that next level. So good on that for WWE. But the end result is the same. WWE has invited these 3 stars. Pat McAfee, Logan Paul, Johnny Knoxville. They are all going to WrestleMania for one reason and one reason alone. And that is notoriety. That is to get headlines outside of the wrestling news websites. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what WrestleMania is for. That's why you have a halftime Super Bowl show. So you can get eyes that don't normally watch football, in this case, eyes that don't normally watch wrestling, they can come and view the product. You can get those ads. You can get those sponsorships. You can get some casual wrestling fans checking them out just because I know that guy. I'm going to watch him wrestle. I'm going to watch him at the event. And, who knows? Something else catches my eye and I start watching wrestling on a more consistent basis. That's basically why WWE is doing this. And they're not going to stop. And they shouldn't stop. Just don't put them in any high-profile matches. Don't put your championships or your big main eventers or your big main event spots in any type of danger of credibility, of losing credibility by inserting these type of celebrities in these kinds of matches. Other than that, I have no problem whatsoever with these guys coming into WrestleMania because this has happened ever since the beginning. Ever since the very first WrestleMania main event. When you had Mr. T, and you had Muhammad Ali, and you had Cyndi Lauper, you had all these stars outside of the wrestling world come in and bring that mainstream notoriety to your event. So other than that, I'm good. But what do you think? Do you think these stars deserve to have matches at WrestleMania? Do you think that it's unfair to some or most of the stars who aren't going to be on this card, or aren't going to be a main part of this card, rather, that have worked their ass off year in, year out to be a part of the grandest show of them all? Leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comment section below.